body must be contain the essential fatty acid from the diets. Individual must supply the essential fatty acid from their food appropriately and accurately, because the body make the non-essential amino acid from the essential fatty acid. Of essential nutrient is very important from our diet. If an individual adequately supply the essential nutrients from their diet, body can make the non-essential nutrients from the essential nutrient and perform the all metabolic functions properly. In the body, three of the organic nutrients can be used to provide the energy. That is carbohydrate, fats and proteins. These energy yielding nutrients are provide the energy, which is essential for performing the different functions in the body. Vitamins, minerals and water do not yield the energy in the human bodies. Only macronutrients, which are carbohydrate, fats and proteins, provide the energy to the body. Micronutrients, minerals and vitamins are not provide the energy, and also water do not provide the energy to the body. Without these energy yielding nutrients, body is unable to perform its functions properly. If we supply adequate nutrient of these three compounds, body maintain its functions properly and run all the functions required to maintain the health and the well-being perform very well. Carbohydrate is the major source of energy in the body. If the carbohydrate is depleted from the diet, body break down its fat store to use the energy. When the fat is break down, it converted into the glycerol in three molecule of the fatty acid. Only glycerol is used for making the energy, but three fatty acids do not use for produce the energy. When the fat store is depleted, the body uses proteins to provide the fuel to the body. Adequate supply of the carbohydrate in the diet spare the proteins and fat in the body. Proteins perform the major functions in the body, making your body, if the carbohydrate is depleted, fat store is depleted, protein is used to produce the energy. Proteins do not perform their own functions. They just broke down to utilize into the energy. Energy that is released from the carbohydrates, fats and proteins can be measured in the calories. What is the calories? Do you know about calories? Calories is a unit by which energy is measured. Calories is a unit by which energy is measured. The energy released from the macronutrients, energy yielding nutrients, can be measured in calories, and calories are the unit by which energy is measured, and food energy is measured in kilocalories. 1000 calories equal to 1 kilocalorie. Do you understand that? 1 kilocalories is equivalent to the 1000 calories, and food energy is measured in the kilocalories. Food energy measured in kilocalories, but commonly called calories. When you read in magazines and another books that provides calories, understand that it means kilocalories. It talks about the kilocalories. You all must be clear that kilocalorie is not a constituent of food, it is not an element, it is not a nutrient, non-nutrient component of food. It is a measure of the potential energy in the foods. How much energy is provided by a food depends on how much fats, proteins and carbohydrate it contains. It means that amount of the carbohydrate, fats and proteins a food contain depends the amount of the energy it produces. When completely broke down these components in the body, a gram of carbohydrate provides the 4 kilocalories of energy, and a gram of the proteins also yields 4 kilocalories, but a gram of the fat yields the 9 kilocalories. Another substance of the food that contributes in energy production, that is alcohol. Alcohol is not a nutrient of the food because it interferes in growth of the body, maintenance of the body, and repair of the body. But it does yield the energy round about 7 kilocalories per gram. 1 gram of the alcohol yields the 7 kilocalories. When body metabolizes the alcohol, it yields the 7 kilocalories. Most food contains all these three energy yielding nutrients, as well as water, minerals, vitamins, and other non nutritive substances of the food. Thus, it is inaccurate to describe a food as its predominant nutrients. For example, to speak of the meat as protein or of the bread as carbohydrate. Meat and bread are food rich in these nutrients. Meat contains the water molecules, fat, different array of the vitamins, different kinds of the minerals, as well as the proteins. Carbohydrate rich certain foods contain the water, trace of the fats, little amount of protein, and some vitamins and mineral in addition to the carbohydrate. Only a few foods are exception to this rule. The common ones being sugar and oil. This is not the correct concept that one food item which is rich in one energy yielding nutrients lack in other nutrients, other micronutrients, or water content such as minerals and vitamins. The food which contain the carbohydrate also contain the vitamin, minerals and water contents, phytochemicals and other non-nutritive components. And proteins and the food that provide the proteins also have the some amount of the fats, carbohydrates, some amount of the vitamins and provide the minerals. The body uses the energy yielding nutrients to fuel all its activities. When the body uses carbohydrate, fat, or protein for energy, the bonds between these nutrients atom break. As the bond break between these molecules, they release the energy. Some of this energy is released as heat, but some is used to send the electrical impulses through the brain and the nerves to synthesize the body compounds and to move the muscles. The energy from the food supports every activity from quite simpler through to vigorous activity. If the body does not use these nutrients to fuel its current activities, it rearranges them into storage compound such as body fat to be used between the meals and overnight when fresh energy supplies run low. If more energy is consumed than expended, the result is an increase in energy store and weight gain. Similarly, if less energy is consumed than expended, the result is a decrease in energy store and waste loss. When consumed in excess of the energy need, even alcohol, protein, and glucose can be converted to body fat and stored. Whatever you eat, when body fulfill its fuel requirement, the extra calories stored as body fat. Now we are going to calculate the energy available from a food. How we calculate the energy available from the food, what amount of the energy comes from the carbohydrate, what amount of the energy comes from the fat, and what amount of the energy comes from the proteins. How we calculate the energy available from the food. 1 gram of the carbohydrate, as you know, provide the 4 kilocalories, and proteins, 1 gram of the proteins provide the 4 kilocalories, and 1 molecule of fat provide 9 kilocalories. We just multiply these 4 kilocalories into the grams provided by the food is equal to the gives us the total kilocalories provided by from that specific type of the nutrient. For example, carbohydrate, if a food provide the carbohydrate 4 grams and a molecule of the carbohydrate provide the 4 kilocalories, then we multiply the 4 grams into the 4 kilocalories provide the 16 kilocalories. And for example, a protein molecule provide the 4 kilocalories, and a food contain the 9 gram of the proteins. Just we multiply the 9 grams into the 4 kilocalories is equal to the 36 kilocalories comes from the proteins. Here is an example for you. I am going to discuss an example to calculate the energy with all of you. Example is 1 slice of bread with 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, or it contains 16 gram carbohydrates, 7 grams protein, and 9 grams fat. How we calculate the energy from these three energy yielding nutrients? 1 gram of carbohydrate provide the 4 kilocalories. We are going to multiply the 16 into 4 provide the 64 kilocalories, and the food provide the 7 gram of proteins. Just we multiply the 7 into the 4 kilocalories because a molecule of the protein provide the 4 kilocalories. The protein gives us 28 kilocalories from the food, and the 9 gram of the proteins multiplied by the 9 kilocalories because a molecule of the fat provide the 9 kilocalories. We multiply the 9 grams into the 9 kilocalories per gram provided the 81 kilocalories. If we uh, if we multiply all these nutrients with their calorie content, these all provide the energy available from the food. If we sum up all these kilocalories, provide us the total kilocalories the food provide. Here is the energy density of two food items compared. What is energy density? Energy density is a measure of the energy a food provides relative to the amount of the food Food with a high energy density delivers more kilocalories than the food with a low energy density. Both of these pictures show some breakfast options provide the 500 kilocalories, but the cereal with milk, fruit salad, scrambled egg, sausages, and jam offers three items as much food as the donuts. It has a lower energy density than the donuts. Donuts have the high energy density provide a large amount of the energy as compared to the toast, sausages and scrambled head. Selecting a variety of the food also help to ensure the nutrient adequacy. Here is vitamins. Vitamins are also organic, but they do not provide the energy. They facilitate the release of energy from carbohydrate, fat, and protein. These vitamins assist the metabolic reactions. There are 13 different vitamins uh, that plays the special roles in the body. For example, one vitamin enables the eyes to see in the dim light, and other helps protect the lungs from air pollution, and other vitamins helps to make the different kinds of hormones when you cut yourself. For example, when your body is injured, and one vitamin helps stops the bleeding, and another helps repair the skin. Vitamins help replace the old red blood cells in the lining of the digestive tract. Vitamins can function only if they are intact, but because they are complex organic molecules. Always remember that vitamins are complex organic molecules. They are vulnerable to destruction by heat, light, and chemical substances. They are destroyed by heat, light, and different chemical agents. When you're cooking something which have different array of vitamins, for example, you are going to cooking the vegetables, just take some strategies to cook these vegetables. For example, cook these vegetables at moderate temperature using these small amounts of water, and for a short time, uh, all helps to preserve the vitamins. Minerals are inorganic nutrient of the food. Some minerals are found in bodies different structures such as bones and teeth. Minerals are also found in the body fluids and influence their properties. Whatever the roles minerals have in the body, but they do not yield the energy. 16 minerals are known to be essential in the human nutrition. Other minerals are not essential nutrients but are important because they are environmental contaminants that displace the nutrient minerals from their workplace in the body, disrupting the body functions. Because minerals are inorganic, they are indestructible and need not to be handled with the special care that vitamins require. Vitamins are easily destructible by the heat, by the ultraviolet rays, but the minerals are stable. They do not destroy by the heat, ultraviolet rays like the vitamins. Minerals can be bounded by the substances that interfere with the body's ability to absorb them. They can also be lost during the food refining processes or during the cooking when they dissolve in the water that is discarded. When the food item is placed in the water for some times, mineral is dissolved in that water. After some time, food is out and water is discarded, and discarded water have the last amount of the various amounts of the minerals which is actually present in that food which is placed in the water. Now is water is indispensable and abundant, provides the environment in which all the body's activities are conducted. It participates in many metabolic reactions and supplies the medium for transporting the vital material to cell and waste products from them. Water itself is an essential nutrient and naturally carries many minerals which give it flavor. I hope you understand all the basic concepts of food, their basic functions the food perform, the nutrients food contain, energy yielding nutrients, macronutrients, micronutrients. I hope you understand very well. Tomorrow we will discuss about the nutrition and malnutrition, different types of the malnutrition, global scenario about the malnutrition, and local scenarios of the malnutrition, how the malnutrition affects uh, globally and locally. We all will visit about the global scenarios and the local scenarios. We will continue our lecture in next section, inshallah.